This indicator can help you spot BTC's bottom, and in this video, I will explain all about it. MVRV Z-Score is an indicator that you can access on Benjamin Counts into the Cryptoverse website or for free at the CoinGloss charts. This video will be a bit technical, but bear with me. So to calculate the MVRV Z-Score, we take the circulating market value minus your realized market value divided by the standard deviation of circulating market value, and the equation is here. Circulating market value, or the MV in the MVRV Z-Score, is the multiplication of the current price times the circulating supply. This metric shows the total value of all Bitcoin currently circulating on the market in US dollars, or essentially the current market capitalization of Bitcoin at any given time. So the MV is quite easy to get. What about the RV, or realized value? Well, this is the clever bit in this MVRV Z-Score indicator. What realized value is doing is scouring all the coins in the Bitcoin network and finding out when the last transaction occurs and the price of Bitcoin at that time. This essentially makes a metric that shows what the value of Bitcoin people actually pay when their Bitcoin arrive at their wallet. Let me give you an example for a clearer picture. Let's say you have a network containing only 3 coins of coin XYZ. And we name this coin Coin 1, Coin 2, and Coin 3. In this example, there are also 3 people named Anna, Bob, and Charlie. Anna obtained Coin 1, 2, and 3 at $1,000, meaning that the current realized price is $3,000 because you add all the coins, so 1,000 times 3 equals $3,000. Now say Anna sells Coin 2 to Bob at $3,000. Now the realized price changes. It is for Coin 1, 2, 3 now are 1,000, 3,000, and 1,000 respectively for each coin, meaning that the realized price is at $5,000 now as opposed to $3,000. Say Anna also sells Charlie Coin 1 at $10,000. The realized price changes again to $10,000 plus $3,000 plus $1,000 equals $14,000. The current price of the coin is $10,000. So if we calculate the circulating market value, or the MV, then it is $10,000 times 3 equals to $30,000. In traditional MVRV calculation, you divide the MV with the RV. So 30,000 divided by 14,000 equals 2.14. A number above 1 means that the market is in aggregate, or in general, in unrealized profit. So if we look at the people at the current price of $10,000, Anna's unrealized profit is now $9,000. Bob is $7,000, while Charlie is break even. Say for some reason, the price drops to $500. The circulating market value drops to 500 times 3 equals to $1,500. While the realized value stays the same, as there is no additional movements of the coin. That means the traditional MVRV is now at 1,500 divided by 14,000 equals 0.107. This is under 1, which means that the market in general is in an unrealized loss. Okay, I think at this point, you guys understand the MVRV part of the indicator. And if you have any questions, put them down below before in the comments section. Now, what about the Z-Score? So comes the standard deviation. To simplify, it is how far from the average this case is. In this case, it is how far the volatility of Bitcoin's market cap is in historical data. So I will give you an analogy to explain this, and I hope it will help you understand what it meant about standard deviation. Imagine you are taking a test and the result came out that the average score of the entire class is 70. You get 85. You want to know how impressive it is to get that. The simple answer is just to subtract 85 with 70 and you get 15-point delta above the average. But what if you want to compare it to the entire class and not just the average? Say the class scores hover in 68 to 72 range. it is tightly clustered, which means small spread, then your score is even more exceptional as you are miles above everyone else and prove you are ahead of your peers. Now, if the range is actually 40 to 100, that meant that although 85 is good, plenty of people reach that and some even higher than you. Now, focus that those two examples give the same average, that is 70. But one gives you an answer that you are an exceptional student, while the other means you are just above average. And that is essentially what a Z-score trying to capture. It measures not how far are you from the average only, but actually how far you are from the average relative to how spread out the scores are. Now let's recap, and I will give you some translation to the score analogy. Think of your score, the 85 in this example, as today's market value, or essentially how much the markets are currently in profit or in loss. The class average, which is 70, is the realized value or how much value people are paying for their Bitcoin. While the spread of the score, the 68 to 72 or the 40 to 100, is how much Bitcoin's market value historically swings, or essentially how much volatility Bitcoin has at a given time. Say today, Bitcoin's market value sits well above its cost basis, the realized value, and the markets are in profit. Is that profit extreme, signaling a top? Well, you can't know from the gap alone, just like the 85 wasn't impressive until you knew the spread of other students' score. Well, Bitcoin's market value naturally swings a lot. So a moderate gap above the cost basis is normal. It happens all the time and not a signal. But when the gap gets so large that it's huge even relative to Bitcoin's already wild swings, that's the equivalent of scoring 85 in the class where everyone got 68 to 72 range. It's genuinely extreme. And historically, that's where tops form. Same logic at the bottom. When the market value drops below cost basis by an amount that extreme even for volatile Bitcoin, that's the rare deep undervaluation that historically marks the bottom. It is like scoring 30 while the spread of the class is 68 to 72. A very low number that will probably make you go to the principal's office or, an extra class. So in essence, if we take a look at the equation of MVRV Z-Score, we can see that the circulating market value is the total market cap of the Bitcoin network currently. The realized value is the cost basis of the entire network or how much people are paying for their Bitcoin. And the standard deviation is how much volatility Bitcoin has currently based on historical data. So this score is essentially telling us in general, market is in profit or loss relative to Bitcoin's historic volatility. If the MVRV Z-score is high, that means that even when accounting for Bitcoin's massive volatility and huge historical gains, in general, people are still in profit, which can signal a top. Vice versa, if the MVRV Z-score drops and even went negative, that means that even with accounting for volatility, in general, people are break-even or in a loss, potentially marking the bottom. So you've already understand the MVRV Z-score and how it can be used to identify the tops and bottoms for Bitcoin. If you like more breakdown of complex indicators like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss any videos. As always, stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you guys next time.